Okay, welcome to the press conference post-game for the second round of the NCAA Men's Lacrosse Division III tournament. Salisbury defeated Amherst 14-10 today. Joining us from the victorious Salisbury squad, we have goalkeeper Nicholas Ransom, head coach Jim Berkman, and defender Jackson Woodward. So, Coach, just first off, a general statement, how you think the game went?
So hats off to Amherst on a tremendous season and a well-fought battle. They never gave up today. You know, we thought the game was in hand, and with their face-off guy continuing getting the ball, definitely made a run at us that made us a little bit more nervous than we needed to be, you know, in the fourth quarter. But hats off to our defense and to Jackson Woodward and just our whole defensive group that you know, is playing without Thomas Ballard down there and with some guys in some different positions to hold that team who's, you know, scored a tremendous amount of goals this year. I think only one other time, correct, that they only got held to 10 goals this season. It was their 11-10 loss, I believe, to Williams. So in light of the holding them to 10 goals and only winning 5 of 27 faceoffs, I mean, the defense was the MVP today.
Yeah, Jackson, obviously you're sliding into that defensive role. You've played with a long pole before. Kind of talk about that transition, filling in for an All-American Thomas Ballard.
Yeah, I mean, grew up my whole life playing pole, and I think Coach had a good idea of me playing D-mid, and that went well, and I think that helped my man-to-man defense improve tremendously, and I think the switch is pretty easy. It's kind of comforting having the pole back in my hand, so it's definitely nice to have that again, and Tom's just such a great player, and we hate to have him not playing with us, but we got 3 more games, so.
Mick, obviously this season has been an interesting one for you. You start as a backup, you come in as a starter, you made key save after key save in this game. Kind of talk about your mindset going through this game, and obviously they made a little bit of a run in the fourth, but and late you made a couple key saves there.
Yeah, I mean, our defense holds them to the shots that I want to see. So, I mean, all out to them. I mean, they had an outrageous amount of shots today, but we held them to 10 goals, and that just hands off to our defense, just letting me see the shots that I want to see, just so I can excel in my position. So.
Open the floor, rest of the press.
Coach, what changed in the fourth quarter that allowed them to go on that run? Because they were winning faceoffs for the majority of the game anyway.
Well, I think it's the fatigue factor. You know, like, you can only hold the fort so long. You know, we got some possessions in the third quarter, and I thought we played really well in the third quarter and really opened the game up. I don't know what it got to get to 13-5. Mm-hmm. You know, and we created a little space, but then we weren't even close after that point of winning a face-off. I mean, we didn't even close. Other than, I think Mac got one in the second half, really, for being honest about it. And, you know, and they just kept coming down, and they knew they were behind, and they started to play a little bit different too. You know, it's not too often that you can play lacrosse where you can just put your head down and go really hard and not worry about the consequences. You know, and they had some success doing that. But I think we made a couple bad slides because, again, you know, there's only so much in a tank down there at that end of the field. And that's why, you know, we tried to hold the ball a little bit when we did get the possession and take some time off the clock, because we needed to give these guys a rest. We couldn't, even though I thought we could have kept scoring, just giving these guys an opportunity to catch their breath was really important, I thought, you know, down the stretch.
This is for the whole defensive unit. I know, Jackson, you're playing with the long pole, but what can you guys say about the short stick play in front of you guys?
I mean, we have G is just one hell of a player, and then 2 of the freshmen, Evan Huffman and Brady Mancha, have stepped up tremendously this year. They keep improving every single practice, and it's just great to see. And then Simba and Q are also great additions to that, and they play their role perfectly. So they do a great job on the clear, great job defending one-on-one, and they do a really good job of getting down and helping on off-ball too. So. Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody had Brady Mancha scoring a goal today. Do you guys get extra excited about that, getting that D-midi goal there?
Yeah,
it was a big goal.
Yeah, especially being a freshman
goal.
too.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome to see.
Nick, you know, the run at the end, you know, you made some big saves late in the quarter. You know, were you a little more nervous late in that quarter, or were you just, you know, same composure throughout the rest of the game?
I mean, for me, it obviously gets a little frustrating looking at the scoreboard when we held them for those little goals for so long and then just getting goal after goal. But that's what's going to happen against great teams in the playoffs. I mean, they're
If
going to
you're
go on
not
their
getting the
runs,
ball.
and it's our job to stay composed and really come back from that and maintain our level of composure and really just finish out the game strong.
Coach, one last question from me. What did you try to do to stop their transition play that they seemed to have clicking for them yesterday?
Well, I think that we've always been pretty good at that, and there was a lot of talk, a lot of emphasis. The walkthrough this morning about, on the face-off, this guy always breaks. You got to stay on. You got to run into the box. Offensive guys got to guard first and get in the hole. I just thought we did a really good job. I don't know if they had a fast break goal today against us. The one pole. But I think we actually had him guarded, and then Brom eased up a little bit, when he was right there, but he was exhausted. But they're a team that thrives on that stuff, and we took that component away today. That's probably the difference.
Coach, final question here for me. You guys go in the Elite Eight again this year, obviously with a win today. You made it to the Elite Eight last year. What do you guys have to do differently coming up in this next weekend in order to make it past that hump and get back to Philadelphia? Well, the Final Four and then Philadelphia.
Well, it's not official, but I think unless there's an act of God here, that we're the home team next week, and that we're playing on our field. So I think that's a tremendous advantage. There has been a few wins here over the recent memory on our home field. You sleep in your own bed. You don't have to travel. That's a big thing for us this week because we also go into finals. Most other schools are done now, and we're going into finals and not have to worry about reorchestrating all that stuff when you're on the road. That definitely is a big advantage that we're on our own field. We obviously played one of the better face-off guys in the country today. I think we had W now has a good solid face-off guy. I don't think he'll be quite at the same level as that guy. And then Dickinson has an outstanding face-off guy too, as does CNU. So we definitely got to win a few more face-offs to take some of the pressure off our defense because we know that our offense can score.
Coach, just one last question. What does this week of preparation look like compared to maybe regular season or this past week?
I don't think it's a whole lot different than last week. We obviously played this week. We were going to play 3 teams we never played before, so that made it a little harder. Where one of the 3 teams we played, we've already played twice, and I don't think they've kind of reinvented the wheel this week, So we know one. So now it's we got to scout 2 other teams. Obviously, WNL will be the priority. But we got to have everything in our bank as we did this week, depending on how we do and how we move forward. But it's a lot of mental stuff this week. It's not so much a physical thing. It's more a recovery, mentally and physically. Get healthy, all right. Play to our strengths, take their strengths away, type of thing. Which now becomes a lot of this stuff and the film and the preparation. And our guys do a good job, along with our coaches, of trying to negate some of the opponent's strengths.
All right, gentlemen, congratulations on a
Thanks.
great game. We'll see you next weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys. Congrats.